Good afternoon, friends. There are many ways to change your life, for better, of course. And one simple yet seemingly scary choice we can make it is to be taking more risk in life. The problem with this path is to bring positive change is that most of us fear taking a risk. You may feel rejection, failure, and change. You may fear unnecessarily. We think about taking a risk and our innate fight or fighting response kicks in. On top of that, many of us have a warped relationship with fear, where we think fear is bad and that we should stay away from it. My friends, today I'll be talking on taking risk. What worse can happen if you take risk? For many of us, it's really too easy to get stuck into a routine that provides comfort and safety. But we have to ask for ourselves, are we truly living? Yes, some risks shouldn't be taken because the consequences could be disastrous. However, with a little of discontentment, discernment, we can take calculated risk that will benefit us regardless of the consequence or the outcome. Simple, say for instance, you see an attractive person in a coffee shop and you want to say hi. What's the worst that could happen? They're not interested in you, but you took the risk, which ultimately didn't hurt you in the end. And doing so likely boosted your courage. So no regrets. It's all about the attitude you take, my friend, nothing else. Or there are more serious risks that you could be taking, such as leaving the job you aren't so thrilled about, or moving to a new country. Again, what's the worst that could happen? If things didn't work out the way you wanted them to be, at least you learn a lot more about yourself and the world in the process. Plus, you can always go home and go back to the same type of job if you want to be. Risk, my friends, helps to build confidence and open up opportunities and possibilities. By taking risk, you give yourself permission to try things out, to learn, to fail, to grow, to explore. You get to test your limits and go beyond what you believed was possible. You can go go after the things in life you really want. By doing this, you naturally build up your self-confidence, growing as a person and opening up a whole new world for yourself. By taking risk, you get better at knowing what you want. By taking risk, it certainly builds your self-trust. Risk makes you excited and more colorful. What could happen if you could never take risk? Life would become monotonous and boring. Nobody wants a boring life, I'm sure. Yet it's such an easy option to resort to in order to stay safe and in our own self-created comfort zones. Not taking risk means we fail by default. Take action starting from today, my friends, and feel the difference, see the difference. You don't need to jump head first into tons of risks, but you can practice the art of taking one small risk each day. It can be simple as saying hello to someone new, learning a new skill, or applying for a new job. Whatever your comfort threshold is, start testing it out each and every day, going out of it. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, my friends. You will start learning to take risks, because this is where the real growth happens. Ultimately, risk-taking habit will transform your life. Life is a series of calculated risks and nothing else. Nothing more. Everything you decide to do has a margin of risk. No outcome is ever 100% certain, and therefore any attempt at anything has a chance of complete failure, if not partial failure. We risk everything every day of our lives without knowing it. There is always a chance that walking outside will kill us. They are likewise risks that everyone should take in life, my friends, because they are almost always necessary ingredients in the recipes that is happiness, like risk taking the road less traveled, risk taking turned down, risk not getting the job, risk failing, risk putting it all on the line, risk missing out in order to achieve something greater. We are afraid that satisfying in and getting some rest will make us miss out on something huge. Think about this. You have been making sure that you haven't missed out on anything for years. How many of those experiences actually made a positive change in your life, my friends? Risk that person not saying, I love you too. No one wants to be the first one to say, I love you. I get it, not hearing, I love you back can suck. But imagine how great it will feel if that person does loves you back. He or she is most likely worrying about the same thing, wanting from you to make a move. And if that person doesn't love you back, then at least you know where things really stand and can be and can disillusion yourself. Risk making a mistake, my friends. Making mistakes need to be made if you want to succeed in life. Making mistakes, if you're not making mistake, then you are not trying enough, friends. I've said many a time, risk losing a friendship. Friendships can be great, but they can also be very restrictive. Following our dreams usually involves quite a bit of solitude. Friendship makes it very difficult to take the time that you need to get the work done, that needs to get done. In my opinion, true friends should support you and your dreams no matter what. They should understand that you may you may have to distance yourself a bit more than work together to keep the friendship alive. Even if you don't see each other half as much as you have been regularly or usually seeing. Risk not being good enough sometime. There is always a chance that you won't be good enough. But again, it isn't something that you would like to know. The fact that you are either good enough or not good enough. Often we think we are good enough. We actually aren't. This is important information to have to, because it informs you how much more work you need to put in before you can succeed. Risk launching too early. In fact, anything depends on the feedback that you receive from others. The feedback only comes after several testing. If you wait too long to launch, then you are missing out on critical learning. Risk putting, my friend, yourself and being judged is worth it. When we hate being judged, regardless of the fact that we do it all the time, that we are being judged, and we are being judged all the time. Everyone always judges. It's what we humans do. Put yourself out and be a judged. Since you are not selling yourself to everyone, most people won't be a significant part of your life. Most of the opinions don't really matter anyway. These are all your presumptions about yourself. My friends, start taking risks and see how different life becomes and better it becomes.